who all remembers what happened last session.
Well, we ended up getting someone hopefully sent to prison. So not only that, but we stuck things on him too to make it even more incriminating, because we knew he was leaving. Oh, and before that, we also met each other too, because we hadn't met each other before, so we met at a bar, and then that's how we kind of all met together. Not awkward, but it wasn't the smoothest. I mean, some of us almost got into a fight. I'm not gonna say any names. Wasn't Bal, but some of us got in a fight almost.
So much sass.
Me and Val are going to be really good friends.
You and Bal are friends.
It's Vi.
Vi is...
Me and Vi are going to be great friends.
We shall see.
But yeah, so that happened, but we ended up, working together well enough to stop someone from getting away. So that was good at least. But yeah, I think that was the main... I'm probably missing the little details. I remember the big stuff, so I know we did that.
You got your Tomodachi back.
We finally got to beat up the medicine thief.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you guys knew about this guy before.
Yeah.
You've just become the bane of his existence, and he's not even sure who you are.
That's fine. Vi's okay with that.
Yeah. You've dropped him like a sack of potatoes.
Didn't we leave him to also be kink-shamed? Because I found all
Yes.
of his erotic novels,
Yeah.
and then
Exactly.
flipped them around.
Yeah,
Yes, we did. We did. Yeah.
Some of which were kind of banned for being extremely problematic and not okay ways.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I got my stuff back, though. I remember that.
Oh yeah, because we had our stuff stolen, right? Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, you were doing some kind of a job with him. I don't remember if we ever decided what kind of job. Probably he posted a business negotiation. And then his life fell apart, so he stole all your stuff and left you stranded.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way Alexis is just not making eye contact.
Don't know anything about that. It's fine.
And now we're part of the crew, but on a probation basis, aren't we? We're part of it, but who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, Spectra has sent out a message to gather who all is available of the crew, which is not a particularly large crew. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say Lex probably hasn't really left the ship much, just because he prefers it on there, so he's not gonna be at this meeting.
I mean, we could put him in via whatever the space version of FaceTime or Zoom or something is.
Oh, he's guaranteed listening
Hologram.
through somebody's tablet.
Yeah, hologram. It's
yeah.
This is fine. This is whatever.
Yeah, guaranteed Tully's gonna have something set up so he can listen in if he has anything he wants to say. Both parties decided individually to just kind of hang out in the bar until the meeting time, which is gonna be in 30 minutes.
Yeah. Although, Vi did tell Anima that she was an assassin.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
Sad?
That did happen, yeah.
I mean, it only took 30 sessions.
I mean, everyone else kind of already knew if they cared.
It's not something that comes up in conversation, oh, by the way.
Yeah.
I kill people for a living.
So, what are y'all gonna do while you wait?
I'm ordering shots. Shots for the group.
Oh yeah,
The bartender's there. I think Miss Yellow has momentarily stepped out to take care of some business. But she'll be around if you need anything.
Well, that was ended pretty well, I would say. Bal just says that, looking at everyone.
I'm just kind of uncomfortably looking between everyone, not really knowing what to say.
Spectre's sitting at the other end of the bar, tapping into her tablet.
I think we made a pretty solid team back there, if I'm being honest. There, I said it.
I would agree with that. I mean, I don't know how Vi and Enma feel, but I think it went pretty well. I mean, all things considered. Do missions normally go that smooth for you guys on other missions? I mean, because I feel that was probably as smooth as it could have gone.
We can't understate my importance.
What did you do again?
I was very charismatic. I distracted the person.
True, and then Vi came up and...
I did a little friends magic.
Yes, you did, and that did work out pretty well. I don't think I did anything, actually. Hey, but I was there, though, so... boosted morale.
What do you guys think? I don't look at Vi because Vi's giving me negative energy. I turn to Anima.
Yes? What?
What did you think about how everything went down? Do you think it was smooth? Do you think what?
Very smooth.
Cool.
It went very smooth, yeah. Maybe don't use magic on friends as a general rule of thumb.
Unless they ask about it first.
But other than that, I think it went pretty well.
Did we see that happen?
Well, she kind of freaked, so...
Yeah, Stavias did show their mind ability. Ended up poking Vi a little harder than they meant to.
Stavias, what did you do?
I just say let bygones be bygones. I move on from the past. I don't dwell on it. Do you know what I mean?
No, I'd like to know actually as well. What did you do exactly? Not the time you poked... I guess the closest thing would be poked my brain, but...
Mental jab, is like we like to call it.
Yeah, mental jab. Before that, you know...
What do you mean?
I say, didn't we have Vi
Yeah, what do you mean?
remember that had happened before at the bar?
I don't know if you remember, maybe you caught... They had a reaction with no explanation for the reaction, so if you would like to roll wisdom to see if you
yeah.
connect the dots.
Ooh, that's a 3, so no. Okay.
So you don't connect that Stavias' sudden look of, oh my god, was connected to their mental abilities.
Well, hopefully we can all move past whatever happened. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't anything too bad, but yeah, at least we can start, maybe start again fresh.
Yes, fresh starts all around. Hello, Stavias here. I am excited to be part of the team for whatever period of time that I am welcome to be, as is my friend here, Bal, and it's going to be great.
Okay, if we're reintroducing ourselves, and at that Vi sort of cocks an eyebrow. My name is Vilena, and you can call me Vi if you wish. Many do. Turns to Anima.
Across the bar, Spectra has glanced up with a very amused expression when she heard the comment, I'm excited to be part of the team.
For however long I am welcome.
She doesn't say anything, but I think you clocked that.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, it is good to meet you, Vi. You can call me Balamor or Bal. Either or is fine.
Either or is fine with me. It's just usually people shorten my name to just Vi.
Yeah, people go with Bal all the time too. People shorten it. Yeah, I feel people are more prone just to shortening things. So.
But do you prefer it to be shortened, or do you?
That is a good question.
Is it like an annoyance? Because sometimes, sometimes people call me Stavi, but I don't let them call me Stavi unless I know them really well. For example, Bal can call me Stavi, but Vi, I don't know if you're at that level yet. I don't know if we're at that level. So maybe I should call you Vilena, and then you can call me Stavias, and then once our immaculate friendship has progressed, as I assume it will, then we can start calling each other by these kind of nicknames.
Stavias, I don't think you're helping the situation.
I don't understand how I'm harming the situation.
I think we'll just let things flow, we'll just let things flow naturally.
I'm fine with being called Vi, and then I can just call you Stavias. It's fine.
Vi, at this moment you notice you didn't see her come in, but Maria's lounging in a seat next to Spectra, also tapping something into her tablet. Stavias and Bal, do you want to roll? What's your passive perception, actually?
Ooh, passive perception.
Passive?
14.
13.
Neither of y'all noticed, and you don't notice that she's there yet.
I love my 18. It is fantastic.
Yeah, with your passive, you definitely would have clocked it because she got a 17 on stealth.
Oh boy. I guess I'm the last one. My name is Anima. You can call me Anima.
Nice to meet you, Anima.
I've never had anyone shorten my name in my life. I don't think it's really long enough to.
I mean, it could be Anne, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
Anne or A for super short.
You were referred to by a set of numbers for a couple of years.
They don't need to know that.
No, they
I was
don't.
gonna say, do tell.
Let's just move right past
They don't
that.
need to know that.
Yeah, no.
They would have no reason to suspect. You have no reason to suspect anything connected to that at all whatsoever.
I love awkward silences amongst a group of friends. I think it shows closeness.
Val's probably just playing a Tamagotchi now that everyone knows. He's like, well, oh well.
I fully stole one of those erotica books because I was like, why is this banned? And now I'm passively looking through it as I'm kind of waiting on the meeting to occur, because it doesn't seem like I'm kind of following what Bal was saying and trying not to make things worse because I'm nervous.
You eventually get to a part of the book where you're like, oh,
That's why.
that would be why.
Oh.
That would be why. That is not how
You like
things
turn the
work.
book
Also
sideways. Oh.
illegal. The use of that is very illegal because it is very detrimental for your health, and it's not supposed to be used in that way.
Gotta make a wisdom save after reading it.
I close the book and then I sit it down.
Just the moment of I'm just gonna go drown myself in in children's movies for a while to just bleach that from my brain.
Is the bartender back?
Bleach.
Yeah, no, the bartender's been they didn't go very far, so they've delivered the shots, and they're also getting other stuff ready.
I
and
take
keeping
3
stuff
shots in a row after reading that.
Or
Only
whoa.
Constitution
Or
saving
just-
throw.
Val would just say something it's too quick. It's like, well, okay.
What did you get?
I got a really strong 4.
You don't even have a high DC, but that hits you like truck. You're starting to slow a little bit. Everything's
Okay.
fine. Your inhibitions are lowering. You're just so chill.
Do they look sick at all? Because would Val notice this?
Pretty sure you've worked with them long enough to know that hit them like a truck, and they are now rather intoxicated and probably got one of the few things that they can't handle very well.
I'm gonna pat them on the back and do detoxify. I'm not sure that will help with liquor or anything, but I mean, sounds like it could help possibly. So, I mean, liquor's kind of like a poison.
Yeah, you also have a lay on hands ability where I think you can dump 5 points and remove
Oh yes, I got that too. I feel like he's not hurt, but he'll need to have nullify someone the effects of alcohol with the detoxify, if that's possible.
Yeah, go for it. I've used lay on hands to get rid of being drunk before, so I allow that.
Oh yeah, I'll do that instead, because that was a second level thing. So yes, I'll do that instead. So use my regenerative force feature to I'll pump back 5 to kind of help out to kind of nullify a little bit. So
Stavias, your mind clears up. You still got a little bit of the pleasant buzz, but you're less likely to just start hugging everybody or doing whatever else Stavias does whenever they're drunk.
maybe go a little easy there, a little easy there on the drink friend.
What kind of alcohol was it? Stavias reacts differently to different alcohols.
Oh gosh, I hope it's not that one from that one time.
Oh boy.
It wasn't, but it was something very similar.
Have you guys ever seen Yuri on Ice?
Pieces of it.
Yes.
In Yuri on Ice, when the main character got really, really drunk, he started doing essentially a striptease in the middle of a hotel. Depending on the alcohol, that could be what happens to Stavias. So it's very good that we did the detoxify.
Yeah, well,
Because who knows what would have happened
yeah,
during this meeting.
Bal's used to this. Bal's like, nope.
Stavias is getting a little close to, it's warm in here. which just would have been so funny.
So, Vi, how are you doing, I guess? I mean, I don't like the science either, so, might as well try to fill it, right?
I'm doing alright. How are you, Bal?
Doing good. That was some pretty nice work back there. Really efficient.
Yes. Yes, it was.
I imagine Vi looks rather proud of herself.
Yes, hopefully the other things we do go smoothly. I mean, we'll get possibly around with the next thing that we're going to tackle on.
Vi remembers an exploding chandelier from Syndra's bar.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that!
Yeah.
You never know.
We didn't.
You never know.
It's been a minute, okay?
I mean, technically she didn't see it explode, but seeing something, like, on fire or exploded with someone in particular in the vicinity leads Vi to connect dots.
Yeah.
This is very true.
How did you two end up on the Opal Star?
Well, we met up with Spectra, and then met Tali, and they were willing to give us a ride wherever we needed to go, and we just kind of stuck with them.
Is that the whole story?
No.
Would you like to roll insight?
I would. Ooh, that's not great.
What'd you get?
Actually, that's a 15.
Since Vi's not lying, per se, it's not the full story. It's like an accurate summary, but there are pieces missing.
I don't push, but I kind of lean back as if I'm expecting to hear more.
Anima looks distinctly uncomfortable.
So anyways,
Vi just looks at Stalis like, so? And?
Well, that's a good story, that's a, yes, so, moving on. How long do you guys plan on staying with the Opal Star?
Have y'all even thought that far ahead?
And at this point, Vi sort of turns to Anima for a second. It's like, well, I guess we're not really sure yet. We each have our own goals, so we'll see. We had a friend who left to go on her own recently, who was with us.
Stavias. I think through the detect thought mind reading thing you did pick up that they're friends with Farida Hala.
I mean, technically, Vi wouldn't have put Farida's last name, but since
True.
with that role, yeah.
Well, yeah, with Farida. But I think somehow Stavias intuited that you might be friends with their favorite singer.
I was gonna say, because that was their favorite, yeah.
What's Farida's last name?
Hala. Hallah.
You travel with Farida Hala, correct?
At that moment...
Spectra and Meria have also, their attention is snapped up and they're staring at Stavias.
And Vi sort of stops what she was doing, maybe taking a sip of her drink, and sort of turns to him. And how exactly did you come across information like that?
I have skills.
Like what?
Information gathering ones. I'm sure you have skills. Anima has skills, Bal has skills, we all have skills. We're a skillful bunch of people.
Anima, how are you reacting?
Anima just kind of sinks down and, like, puts her head on the top of the bar, because this isn't gonna end great, necessarily.
No, it's not.
I'm a big fan.
I'm sure we'll get to see all of our skills, the more we work together, so...
That's the only reason I'm asking. I'm such a huge fan of Farida.
That is irrelevant, Stalis. How did you come across that information, is what I wonder, because that is knowledge that not many know. And I know that for a fact.
I mean, Veritas, aren't they pretty popular though? I mean, is it really that crazy that they would know?
Bal trying to go in and do damage control.
Vi's almost ignoring Bal at this point, like keeping track of where he is, but
Veritas pretty popular.
yes, but let's just say very few know of her exact movements, which makes me wonder.
Stavias is a super fan though. Like when you think of a fan, there's a fan and then there's
I have a
trust
blog.
me. So I've heard so many of their songs. Nothing against Verta. Like they're a fine singer. Like she, she's got pipes, whatever. But they would play it again and again and again, and they are definitely more than just a fan. They are a super fan. So
Stavias has a fan blog.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's I love Ferdahala, like .tumblr. Well, not Tumblr. .spacetumblr.com.
I'm gonna say a new user has come on and started like commenting on that, on like the inspiration of different songs and just like dropping bits and pieces. Like, oh really? What did you think about this though?
I write RPF fanfic and self-inserts and all that stuff. It's mostly from my like young days, but still.
Yeah, you've definitely had a new user kind of poking around and interacting with your stuff. Because let's be real, that is absolutely something she would do.
Yeah, it is, but
Suffice to say, I'm very good at gathering information. It's as simple as that.
is it now?
Yes.
Is it now?
It is.
Anima has given up.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'm good at making people tell me information as well, so...
Interesting. Maybe we can trade notes.
I'd really like to trade notes about that.
yeah, or we can just test this on whatever next mission we go on. We can see, who has a better gathering skills when it comes to that. That way, like it may be a competition with whatever else we have to do next. That way, you guys can kind of test it out, see who's just better, not kill each other. So yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Who said anything about kill? I didn't. I'm just having a conversation with Stalis. Why are you getting
Stavias.
Sorry, Stavias. I'm just having a conversation with Stavias. Why are you getting so defensive?
No, not defensive. I just think for any kind of superhero team, there needs to be, no animosity between. So I just kind of can feel that there was a little bit of,
This is just a pleasant back and forth between two future best friends. Unless it isn't, and then I look at Vi.
Anima has lifted her head and is staring at Spectra.
Yeah.
Pleadingly.
See Vi getting slowly closer to Stavias and almost threatening. Not quite.
Since Spectra was kind of like on the opposite side of the bar, where like Vi could see her like as Stavias, Stavias about. You haven't noticed, but you just hear someone him clearing their throat behind you, and Spectra's standing right next to you.
Is there anything you need, Spectra? We're just having a conversation.
Pleasant chat.
Our new teammate here seems to know a shipmate of ours, Farida, and I'm just wondering how on earth they would know that information.
Don't worry, I have Meria looking into it. She's the best information finder in the business.
Soon to be second best.
Bal Stavias, would you like to roll lore for me?
That's a 23.
That's a 14.
Bal, you recognize her name? She deals some in black market antiquities. It's less that she does like illegal trading and more of that she just doesn't deal with business legality stuff and is good at recovering special stolen items for different peoples and cultures. Stavias, you know that. You also know she's like a pretty well-known information broker. She's got connections and favors at a little level that You would like to be there one day, but you are not.
Mm-hmm.
You'll also know sometime in the past year or so, someone made the very, very, very bad mistake of stealing her ship. And since then, they have disappeared. Because they know she's going to find them. But she's got connections and friendships with several of the people in power in the criminal underworld.
So Spectra has revealed that we are being investigated by this person.
Yeah, she's running background checks, among other things.
I'm sure whatever she finds will be at least 80% clean, which I think stands true to everyone at this table.
I don't know about that for me.
She's also sitting at the other end of the bar. You see a, very dark-skinned Promethean. She's got silver hair, and she's dressed mostly in white and silver with some golden accents. Definitely looks like someone who knows exactly how much influence they have. And she's just casually looking stuff up on a tablet, and she'll, glance up and smile and just keep scrolling and typing. So you're not sure how far she's gonna dig and into what. And on that note, I think this is around when two other people enter the room. They are not sneaky about it. So, walking into the room, you see two individuals. One of them is a female dentist who normally they're kind of muted colors, but sometimes they're brighter. She is bubblegum pink and has the personality to match.
You can probably hear her coming.
Yeah, you hear this, excited chattering going, a mile a minute, kind of like a teenager on a sugar rush.
I lean over to Bal and I'm like, I love her.
And she's holding on to the arms of this large male Amatakai. He is wearing the sci-fi equivalent of jeans and a tank top. He's got dark green scales and a bit of dark red ridge going back, which is not normal coloring. Bal, would you like to roll lore?
Sure. Ooh, that's a 20. Not 20, just a straight 20, 'cause it's 0 lore.
You know him. You've seen him in pictures, so you are very familiar with who this individual is. I need to give him a last name, because I don't know if I've ever actually given him a last name.
You might have, but in Shard you have.
Have I? Well, that's before I realized the whole clan name does not have to be last name. You recognize him as Tilrish Krotha.
What do I know about Tilresh?
He is of the Stonefang clan. Many in that clan consider his immediate family. They're kind of one of the top families in that clan in a way. And there are many who, when he was growing up, believed he was one of the ideal Stonefangs. He is being very quiet, not really saying anything, just kind of nodding along as Tally yammers, and she's just like, "Oh, you did make new friends! Hope you guys didn't get into too much trouble." And she comes prancing up. She is very bubbly.
Oh my goodness, are you part of the crew as well?
Yeah, Chief Comms Officer. He's security, pointing to the giant lizard.
Oh my goodness, this is incredible. Hello, Stavias. I am a new member of the crew, along with my friend, who's my security, Bal. I hold out my hand to shake.
As she shakes her hand, she kind of glances over at Spectre, who just kind of briefly shakes her head. Just like she has the look of, "You accepted them immediately?" And she's like, "No, not yet." And it's like, "Okay. Nice to meet you. Talamir Damarais. Nice to meet you. And this is Tilrish Krantha. Like I said, he's security. He's tougher than he looks. You should see him when we go out in the anti-gravity chamber. That's the only place I can kind of get a leg up on him, but not really." And Spectre's just like, "Tali, remember to breathe." I know. I'm just so excited. I'm ready to get back to traveling, because this place is great, but I'm kind of bored. Especially now that Ferret is gone.
So you're done hacking machines now?
Shh. We agreed not to say that out loud. Plus, everyone here does it. It's fine.
You hacked the penny slots. Just because you could.
Yeah, you should have seen how frustrated people were trying to fix it when everyone was winning.
You're lucky Sandra didn't kick you out.
Yeah, it's fine. Turns out there was someone else trying to hack them to steal a bunch of money, so they got in trouble instead of me.
Well, we live in interesting times, I guess.
Yeah, like I've told you multiple times, it's never boring on the Opal Star.
That's what I love to hear. Because, let me tell you something. Val and I have... I wouldn't say what we've been dealing with is boring in the traditional sense, but it's definitely boring in the very dangerous and fear for my life sense. So, it'll be interesting to be on a ship that's interesting in the fear for my life sense instead of boring in the fear for my life sense.
Oh, you want to find new ways to almost die?
I mean, I would rather find new ways to almost die that matters than have new ways to almost die just so I could, like, afford a shirt.
That's a good point.
Tally does kind of just start giggling at that. I like this one. I don't know anything about them, but I like this one.
And I like you. I love your style. You've got a flair that I admire.
She has not stopped bouncing. And Ty just kind of puts his hand on her shoulder. She calms down. But you can see Ty's looking over the both of you, almost like he's sizing you up. It feels very casual. He looks at ease. But also looks built to where he could handle if anything became a problem.
I kind of give him an eye. I'm like, hey.
Just give him a nod.
A flirty wink in his direction.
He doesn't react to the wink, but he does give a nod back. And Val, can you roll me insight?
Ooh. 15.
There's something in his eye. You know you've never met him before, but it's almost like he recognizes you.
That's not good.
Like you know someone in your family. So there's just like a little hint of recognition.
Well, at that, I'm turning around, facing the bar, because I figured, because we turned around and faced him right, so we're going to turn back around. After the nod, just like, casually, like, yeah, it's not, so we're good. Go talk to the bartender, get another drink.
More shots?
No shots, just...
Perhaps not to get too drunk. We're going to be leaving soon, and I would rather not have you vomiting on my ship if we decide to let you in.
I never vomit. I simply fall asleep.
True, I can vouch for that.
After other things occur. But we don't have to get into that, because I'm sure they wouldn't happen. Here, of all places.
Have you ever jumped before?
Jumped?
Like light speed jump.
Oh. Would I have? Do you think I would have?
Honestly, with the scale of operation, probably not like a full-on actual jump. Maybe like traveling a little faster through jump lanes, but I don't know if you've ever.
Yeah, because I feel like I wouldn't have had a reason to have to go that amount of distance at any one time, nor would I be able to afford it.
Yeah, at the rate where you were concerned if you could afford a shirt. I doubt you've been hired, unless you might have like occasionally jumped if you got hired by a low-level big corporation, but jumping in one of those like giant like train-size enterprise-sized ships is very different than jumping on something like the Opal Star.
Okay, so then I think I'm just gonna be like, we've jumped on like really large vessels. I wouldn't say that we have tons of experience with it, though. I mean, Bal probably has more experience than I do.
Would I? I mean, I assume I'd have probably a little bit of experience.
Yeah, you've probably done a couple. They're kind of rough. You might have gotten sick the first couple of times.
But no, yeah. But Bal's good. I feel like he'd be good now. It's like, yeah, it's well.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
Spectra types into her tablet and she says in Kesh, "No, prepare the berth bags just in case." "Yes, Captain." Which I think Vi might be the only one that understood that, since you understand some Kesh.
Yeah.
Does anyone else speak Kesh?
I don't
No,
believe so.
I speak Bateran, Dindusi, Nessive, and Protean, I think.
That's a nice variety. Yeah, so after she conveys that to Nell, she's gonna say, so, what kind of business are the two of you in?
Diplomacy.
Essentially.
I would say diplomacy and information more than anything else.
And how did you end up working for Sinfrith? Not exactly a reputable employer.
We have friends that... Well, I have a friend that got me a job when I needed it. Well, let's just say that I take the work that is thrown at me whenever I can get it. Because I always need it.
Oh, a diplomat that hasn't quite mastered the art of talking your way into better jobs.
Yeah, well, you know, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't, yes. I'm getting more and more uncomfortable because it's getting to a point now where I can't talk about too much without having to reveal a lot about myself, which I'm not ready to do yet. So I'm just kind of stopping.
Fire Anima, do y'all have questions?
No, I'm more than happy to just watch at this point. More or less.
Okay, how about... Do you have any enemies that we should know about? Either of you?
Probably. I mean...
Long-standing enemies, not mere annoyances.
Again, probably.
Yes. Probably.
Anything we should know about, or...
Question, would the people that were trying to kidnap Dandelion back in the day, would they be technically our enemies?
No, they have since been dealt with, and those who were amenable were absorbed into Sandra's organization.
I think we're fine.
If something does come up, I'll be sure to let everyone know, but Stavias is right, there's nothing more, just annoyances.
A lot of our enemies get very swiftly dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're not enough of a problem for them to be concerned with you. Which is not always a bad thing.
No, that can be a nice tactic.
Hearing Vi say it in that way, it does rub me the wrong way, so I give Vi like a tight, kind of like passive-aggressive little smile, and then I just shrug, and then I take another shot, and then I kind of hit it back, and then I don't take another shot. Just that last one, because I ordered shots for the table, but no one else drank them.
Well, you downed 3 pretty quick, so...
Yeah, Spectra kind of glances back at Meria at the end of the table and gives her a look, and Meria just says, like, not quite a full thumbs up, but so far, and Spectra nods.
Not a full thumbs down, at least.
Yeah, she's still looking at things. So, what are you hoping to achieve? What would you be wanting to achieve by joining my crew?
Well, personally, gaining experience and hopefully becoming a... I don't care if it's not so. I would like to be even more... Just gaining experience, we'll leave it at that. I just want to... And I feel like this would be the best place to gain the experience that I'm looking to get, so... Yeah.
I agree. Being on a ship like this, being able to go different places, meet different people, learn new things, it is honestly an invaluable experience that neither Bal nor myself have really gotten the chance to do. So, honestly, I'm just... I don't want this to sound as casual as it does, but I don't know how else to put it. We're kind of along for the ride, and we're ready to assist in however our skill sets are most useful. Because we honestly owe you for even bringing us on the ship on a trial basis, and we appreciate it.
Very much so.
Tali pipes in. Are y'all cool with getting your hands dirty doing stuff that you might not actually get any kind of reward for? Because that happens a lot, actually.
I mean, that's just been our lives pretty much this entire go-around. At least now we have a place to go back and go to sleep.
And hopefully it'd be for the right reasons. I mean, sometimes for the greater good, you have to get dirty. So I mean,
Well, the right reasons are so subjective. For reasons we agree with, we'll say that.
And what kind of reasons would you agree with?
I guess we'll see. I mean, it depends. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty simple. I mean, as long as it's like, I guess for the good. Yeah, I guess I'll say that, a good reason. But again, I don't know, I guess it's going to depend on the situation, so I guess we'll see. If you have any examples, that'll definitely make it easier to answer, so.
What reasons do I agree with? I would say I will send you a list of people that I will refuse to work with. For very specific reasons that you will no doubt find out, and then I gesture over to the person that is currently looking up every single thing about my life.
You don't know who she's talking to either.
Oh, okay. So I don't know that she's there. So I'm just.
No, you know she's there. She's been acknowledged a couple of times.
Okay.
But you don't know exactly what she's looking up or who she's talking to get the information.
Sure, but I'm assuming that she's going to get all of it. because I know who she is. Or I know at least who she's working for if I don't know her identity specifically. So I'll say there are a list of people that I will, not just that I won't work with, that I can't work with at risk of my own safety. So I will send you that list. Otherwise, I'm free as a bird.
Interesting. Not many people come with a list such as that.
I'm not many people.
You're certainly not.
And how good are you at discretion? Because not everything can be broadcasted.
I don't broadcast information.
I have no one to broadcast to.
Information is a powerful and valuable resource that I don't give up lightly.
And yet, you have not learned to speak quietly.
Well,
there's a difference between speaking quietly and letting out information. You'll find that the way I speak, it is effervescent, charismatic, charming even. And it disarms people and allows me to learn more. It doesn't work with you, but I suspect that's because you are someone that's used to keeping everything so close, but you'll find that most people aren't, and I take advantage of that.
it did help with apprehending that person, so.
Totally pipes up. Yeah, neither of them have much internet presence at all whatsoever. I've got something set to monitor it though, just in case.
Don't mistake my demeanor for ignorance or stupidity. I'm far smarter than I present myself.
Cocky.
You can call it cockiness. I call it confidence.
Yep, and they can back it up most of the time, so.
Most of the time.
I mean, you did get your things stolen by someone who was at that point relatively powerless.
And then those things were recovered, were they not?
You ended up having to have the help of two strangers to do it.
Do Bal and I not have a connection with one of the most powerful people in the underground? I'm confused as to why you are trying to discredit our skill.
Vi is not trying to discredit. I think Vi is making a good point. I mean, if we're going to be working together, Vi just wants to make sure, that everything's smooth. So I don't think she's trying to do anything. I think just trying to, if we're going to be on the ship together, she just wants to know just things about us. I don't think it's anything too deep. Is that right, Vi? Does that sound...
Yes, I'm not discrediting any skills you have. I just have certain idea. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to say this.
While you're figuring out what Vi's going to say, Meria walks up and just passes Spectra the tablet. She begins just reading the information on it, holding it so no one else can see it.
I kind of say to Stavias, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to... Well, hopefully I'll pass us some background, whatever this is, but just letting you know that there's a chance that, may not pay me so favorably, so just a heads up.
I turn over to Bal and I say, I don't care. At this point, anything. Like, we've been traveling together for so long. If you were going to kill me or sell me, or
not
whatever,
that. No.
you very much could have.
Yeah. Well, yes, but nothing. I mean, nothing that. Yeah. I mean, you will, because I've seen over time, like it probably, but I mean, it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, you're my best friend. There's nothing that a tiny little tablet could reveal about you that I probably don't already know. Or that I will no doubt find out during this incredible journey we're assuredly about to go on, as soon as Vi is finished sizing us up for whatever reason.
Like I said, we'll see. Hopefully I'll get the clear. So I just don't want you to be surprised if it doesn't come back with the yes, but hopefully. I mean, I have a good feeling about it now, so yeah, I shouldn't worry.
At this point, like, all the other crew are kind of, like, gathered around.
Let's just say that I have certain ideas of what type of person is and is not trustworthy, and that's still being determined.
Of course, I mean, things like that take time, right? I mean, one meeting's not going to be enough to really know somebody. It takes some traveling together, working together, basically just being together, so only time's going to be able to solve that problem, I feel like.
Just as long as you trust me when it matters, I don't really care when you trust me any other time.
Sometimes you don't always get a second meeting, but I get your point.
And we're going to have plenty of time to learn to trust each other as we are traveling, I'm sure.
I just love how there's been no getting to know you. So where are you actually from? Questions. Or like, so what did you guys do before you got on the ship?
None of that. Who cares?
Yeah. They may ask the question back, and Vi's not gonna have that.
Bal's not down for. I mean, he would answer, but he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna bring it up, not gonna push nothing. So
this is a fun group of people.
No,
that
I was
absolutely
just saying.
Does not want to talk about the past.
It's like, yeah, we're good. It's like, yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
We're all the most guarded people.
Backgrounds.
That's gonna be fun. And then you have just Tally, who is just...
See, the funny thing about Anima is that she's not particularly guarded. She just doesn't have a clue.
I mean, I say you remember where you're from now. I haven't actually named that place, but you remember where you're from now.
But that may not be where your family is.
Family has a different definition in the Ashen Forge. It's kind of fluid, like a lot of things. Since they are made, and the book it says they have parents, but I'm like, they are made. So, family is kind of who you choose. But in a way, all Ashen Forge kind of view each other as like cousins, almost. Or they call each other that. Even though their only relation is through how they came to be.
Found family can be the best family sometimes, so.
Yep. I love found family. That's why I like throwing a bunch of strangers together on a spaceship. Also, if anyone is paying attention to the crew conversation, there's a moment when Spectra hands the tablet to Ty and points at something. You see him, he's just reading it. Very passive expression. And then he just nods and like whispers something to her and then passes it back.
I assume there's no way that I can kind of figure out kind of what they're referring to? Like, or at least who they're whispering about?
You can roll insight.
Ooh, that's only an 8.
It's either you or Bal.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Okay.
There isn't something else that's come up. They're still talking about the two of you.
All mental missive Spectra. Is there anything we need to be worried about? Maria's findings?
Nothing overly concerning so far. Just double checking some information. Wanted to give the two of you time to see if you can get the feel for them, since you'll be working with them more close. Also, so Tally's personality doesn't scare them away too much. You could tell, like, that thought came across very joking.
while we're all kind of just in this lull, I kind of take out a data pad and I'm quickly sending Spectra that list of just all the people that I can't be associated with anymore. I mean, you probably know who I'm talking about.
Do they have similar names?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then I kind of just put it back, and then I look at Spectra and see if she has a reaction, and then and if she doesn't, then I just kind of move on.
I mean, one of her eyebrows raises, and she looks a little amused, and then forwards the list to Tali, who is a little bit more shocked and amused by this.
I specifically to Spectra, I send another message that's just, I will only answer your questions about this specifically. No one else's. Only because she's the captain and I feel like she needs to know everything, and I know that she needs to know everything.
She just looks up from that message, makes eye contact, and nods. Meanwhile, you can kind of see on Tali's tablet that she's looking up all of their social media and stuff and, like, flagging it so she can keep track of, like, where people are, also maybe possibly troll them.
Great. I love that.
She is just, like, pop culture fiend type gremlin.
Oh my god, I love her.
Everybody loves Tali. If you don't love Tali, you're wrong.
Exactly. People are starting to warm up to Spectra.
Oh, Vi would also mental missive Spectra one more time. Any idea on how they found out about Ferda? Don't want to accidentally get her in danger. I know she can take care of herself, but still.
Question, how quiet is Stavias about their psychic abilities?
When it comes to, like, the more ostentatious things, they're very showy, but they don't talk a lot about the ways that they can use it for information gathering.
But they do kind of show off that they do have mental psychic related abilities to an extent.
That's not something that Stavias really keeps a secret. It's more of just, like, when it comes to any kind of mind reading or anything like that, they don't outwardly show that they can do it.
Like a magician never reveals their secrets?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's response back. Most of Meria's contacts that aren't aware of them, aren't aware of the fact they have some kind of psychic abilities, so perhaps they got thoughts. So far, we've been unable to find any other way they would be able to find out about her, because even in the bounty, she wasn't listed. Just her fake face.
Okay. So then Vi does connect the dots at that point that they read her mind or something?
It might have been something like that.
Just remember, Stavias, what I said. People do not appreciate having their minds messed with or read or anything. Any sort of manipulation. Especially when they're supposed to be allies.
I only manipulate those that need to be manipulated. And if I were to somehow peer into someone's mind, which I'm neither confirming nor denying that I can do, I would only do so. I would not use that information unless someone gave me a reason to.
With the lack of connection Stavias has beyond the one person whose goal in life it is to make sure Farah is safe and happy, I don't know if you think there's anything they could do with that information, because no one's gonna mess with Whisper after he just had Trigger taken out.
That's fair, but still.
Then I get really serious, and I look Vi in the eyes and I say, whatever you think I'm capable of, I am your ally. I am on this ship, and I will only ever use any of my skills to progress forward whatever mission we're going to do. I am not in the business of betrayal. I am simply making sure that I always have collateral in case anybody betrays me. So if I can trust you, then I can trust you. If I can't, then I can't. But I want to be very clear that you have your skills, and I have my skills. and they're useful.
I'm not saying your skills aren't useful. I am in the business where betrayal can come very quickly and from sources you least expect. And I've seen many things. We will have no quarrel as long as you keep your word that we are allies, or at least acquaintances.
I swear it on my mother's name.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Go for it. And while we're doing that, Anima, Bal, what are y'all doing while this conversation's going on? You have been listening to Aboard the Opal Star, an Esper Genesis 5e actual play podcast DM'd and produced by Brie and Eugene as part of Pseudonym Social, a creative podcast network changing reality one story at a time. Vilena is played by Alexis Workman. Anima is played by Casey Glover. Stavias is played by Shan Smith. Valamar is played by Blake Francis. And the theme music, as always, is by Patrick Chester of Chester Studios. If you don't want to wait to see what happens next, you can get early access to our episodes over at patreon.com/pseudonymsocial. If you like our show, please consider leaving us a review on your favorite podcasting app so people can know where to find us. We couldn't do this without your help. To get more information on this or any of our other shows, check out our website at pseudonymsocial.com.
Hello, Zero here, onboard AI of the SSS Destiny's Child, welcoming you to the We Suck at D&D podcast.
Now watch out, the next part might shock you.
Do you like lasers? And explosions? And interdimensional travel through a world-eating boy?
Well, then this show might be for you. Hi, Kirk, the DM here for We Suck at D&D podcast. If you want something a little out of the norm, come check us out. You can find us at wesuckpodcast.wixsite.com. Come follow us and go
Yawn.